Well, it's Uncommon Fossil today, taking a look at the Regieleki VMAX Starter deck. We'll be looking at the deck as it is in this video. In a future video, we'll be looking at how to upgrade the deck. But right now, just looking at the deck as it is, talking about it, and then we'll do a little gameplay. So Regieleki VMAX 310 HP, decent amount of HP, has free retreat. So that's very good, especially in this deck that plays Electric Generator, which accelerates energy to the benched only. And it has a very nice ability, Transistor. Your basic lightning Pokemon's attack do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. We have 2 of the VMAXs to boost potentially. So the counts aren't really quite where you want to be, and some of the attackers aren't ideal, I will say. But Regieleki VMAX is very nice. One thing, if you're familiar with lightning, it's Miraidon Regieleki VMAX with the Miraidon EX. This does not have Miraidon EX in the upgraded deck. We're going to have to be putting that in. But anyway, so in the attack on Regieleki VMAX is solid. Does 220 for 3 energy, but you can't attack during your next turn. But you do have free retreat. But of course, you have to have another Pokemon powered up to attack the next turn. Regieleki V is also very good and has a very nice attack. The first attack you'll use occasionally. It gives a little poke of 30 for 1 energy, and then it switches with one of your bench Pokemon. So if you can't really attack that turn per se meaningfully, but if Regieleki V in the active, just do a poke with something, you switch it, retreat to the bench, and send up a single prizer. Better than just leaving a single prizer up there and not doing the 30 damage is what I'd say, right? But often isn't very meaningful. But the lightning wall attack, the second attack on the V is very good. Keep it in mind. It's situation and matchup dependent. There's 100 damage for 3 energy. But then during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks. So therefore, the one shot, they have to do 300 damage, which usually they can't do. And if they do, they're only going to have 2 prizes instead of the VMAX, which gives up 3. So Lightning Wall is a nice attack. Keep it in mind. It plays 1 copy of the Raikou V, very useful, and this will be a nice attack. This is a very nice attacking option. It has the fleet-footed ability. Once during a turn, if it's in the active spot, you may draw a card. That's fine. Don't forget to use it, but that's not what this Pokemon's there for. 200 HP, a little low. Retreat cost of 1. But Lightning Rondo, for 2 energy, does 20 plus 20 more for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So full benches is 10 Pokemon, 10 times 20, 200. So it does 220 potential, so it can one-shot basic EXs or basic Vs, so a nice option there. And then we have 3 other kind of attacker tech cards. We have 4 copies of Zeraora, which I got to say is high. It's largely here for retreat. It's a pivot. Retreat cost is free, so it's a nice Pokemon to hopefully start and put into the active spot at the beginning of the game. You'll occasionally attack with Battle Claw, does 30 for 1 energy and 30 more if it's an evolution, but honestly, most of the time, that's not very valuable. The Regieleki, which you have 1 copy of, can be a useful attack. Terra Spark for 3 energy does 120. You discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon, and it does 40 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. But you need to follow up. If you can finish off something, say on the bench that's weakened, it's worth it. But otherwise, it's a questionable attacker also. Excuse me, there, had a little cough. And then we have 3 Pachirisu. So the deck is really leaning into the Pachirisu, wants you to use it. And it's not bad. I don't know that I love it in this deck, though. It does have an ability, electricity pouches, so it can't be paralyzed, but that's usually not that prevalent in the game. 70 HP, so you're getting 1 shot every turn. But the attack for 2 lightning, everyone discharged does 10 plus 20 more for each of your bench lightning Pokemon. The attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, so that's a big problem. So you're not going to one-shot the lightning weak multi-price Pokemon like you'd like to, but you get 5 on the bench. Then you're doing, 110, and you can boost it by 30 or 60 with the VMAX on the bench. So Pachirisu kind of wants to be the attacker the way the deck's built, but I got to say, in my experience, it's not ideal. So probably the Regieleki V and VMAX and the Raikou is what we're going to lean into with a little bit of Pachirisu, probably. 14 lightning energy. Now, 14's high for most decks, but because of Electric Generator, you do need a high count of energy. So 14 is a very reasonable amount of energy for this list. So no problems with that. Let's get into the supporters here, or trainers. Pokemon search, we have 4 Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, search for any Pokemon. Of course, we need that to get the VMAX in hand. So that's a very good card there. We have 4 Nest Ball to put basics on the bench, because mostly that's what we have, is just basics, not many evolutions. And then 4 Battle VIP Pass. Hopefully you hit one turn 1. If we do, we put 2 on the bench. So good in the deck. I'm not sure. We don't have a supporter to search for an item necessarily if we go second. So, but that's what we have there. Getting into the supporters, 4 Professor's Research. Obviously a very good card. The thing that we don't have is Pokemon Recovery in the deck, though. So I would say, especially for research and some one-ofs, we need Pokemon Recovery when we adjust the list. We have 4 Cynthia's Ambition. So this is a key that lets you know you're planning on attacking with single prizers. Cynthia's Ambition, a nice card. You draw until you have 5 cards in hand, but if your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn, draw until you have 8 cards in hand. You don't want to focus on this on a multi-prize deck, because you don't have that many turns you're getting knocked out. A single prize deck, you get knocked out 4, even 5 times, and that's fine. Your opponent takes 4 or 5 prizes, and you can still win the game. So that's 4 or 5 turns to make that happen. So Cynthia's Ambition, they want you to attack with the single prize attackers. That's the way it's built. And 3 Boss's Orders, very good card for sure. So those are the supporters in the deck. Let's get into the other trainers here. 2 Escape Rope. We do have some pivot cards, so we probably don't need to switch ourselves. When we need an Escape Rope, then forces our opponent to switch as well, and that probably is a good decision for the list. 1 Energy Recycler. We want to get those energies back to improve the odds of Electric Generator, so Energy Recycler is good in the deck. 3 Leafy Camo Ponchos. The V-Star or V-Max's cards attached to can't be affected by a supporter. The only cards that this actually makes a difference on are the 2 Regieleki VMAX, so it can't get gusted up from the bench. So it keeps it safe on the bench. So it makes sense in the deck. Why there's 3 copies when there's only 2 VMAXs, probably something we might want to look at when we revise the deck. But that's the list. It's okay, but it's not great. But we can upgrade it to something pretty strong in the future. But we'll take a look at the list as it is. Like I said, it's a bit of an odd deck. It's awkward, and we'll just see what we can do here. All right, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a nice game to show the deck, show the options, show what it can do. We do have a few different attacking options. Electric Generator is a card I love. I got to say that. Accelerating Energy is terrific. Regieleki VMAX, very good. It's decently tanky. Boosting damage by 30, very good there for sure. The Raikou is a nice attack. All right, so Zeraora to start with, Battle VIP Pass. So this is a good opening hand. Okay, taking at least 1 mulligan. So up again. So DTE. So I'm guessing an Arceus. A couple. Could be Mew though, right? They did have a couple of the Lost Vacuums, which Mew likes to play that, as does Lost Zone deck, so okay. So I'm going second. I probably won't attack. Toss down the Pachirisu, I guess. It's going to be tough to beat Mew, is what I would say. My damage output's just probably not going to be enough. What I want to do here is I want to Electric Generator to get energies in hand, so I want to thin the deck out. So Battle VIP Pass, Nest Ball, want to definitely use those cards. So they can put Pachirisu on the bottom of my deck. I assume they will. No reason not to. Partly the grabber in Mew decks, it just thins the hand, so Genesix draws 1 more card. But I would have probably played down that Pokemon, but it's certainly not critical, so I don't really mind that move there. All right, so Battle VIP Pass. Want a Regieleki. I think I want a Raikou as well, probably to attack with next turn. Can I get the knot? Okay, let me, as a possible. Let's see, do I have 2 VMAXs? Yes, I do. So I want to get the Regieleki Vs down. and they're walling, so I can take knockout this turn. So that would be very nice. What's this lightning guy? I kind of ignored him. Okay. So give me 2 energies. Ah, that's beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure I get it on the right one. So he can attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I want to... I draw 2 cards with this. Let me do my pivot, and I think I need, what, one more Pokemon? Yeah, so I'm guaranteed to get out. Okay, Nest Ball, because I think I wanted to save the Ultra Ball. Actually, let me see what I grab with Fleet-Footed. So I'm guaranteed a knockout, so this has gone nice. Well, that's super. Use Battle VIP Pass. Put down him, and I'll give myself a Pachirisu. Why not? Just filling up my bench because I do more damage that way, right? So up to the 200 number, which also means I could knock out a Genesect. I probably get knocked out myself, and I don't have recovery, so I'll be very sad if that happens. Actually, they don't have a Mew down, did they? So that was the only Mew. So that's pretty good. What's this lightning guy do? He can paralyze me. The paralysis is awkward. Oh, this is good. This could be super good if this hand... All right, I lose the boss. Well, there's 3 boss in deck, though. So if I get boss back, taking out another Mew would... Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Now, they might get down another Mew. So I've got to think what I want to do here. I think I take out a Mew, though, anyway. Well, I take out what's in the active. Let me think this through a little bit. I like the boss. I probably don't research. I want to get some energies into play. Pachirisu can do 110 max. Regieleki V, I think I want to attack with him because he's not going to get one shot in this matchup. And I do have the option of evolving and bossing for game, right? Because the Regieleki VMAX does 220, which obviously one-shots a Genesect V or a basic Mew V, of course, but they're going to get into the VMAX next turn. So hopefully, if they play rope, I send up Zeraora. So this is a nice situation. Actually, do I want to gust up the Mew with the energy? So they're playing a rope. I send up Zeraora, of course. They're doing that just to thin, basically. So I'm going to Electric Generator onto a Regieleki V. That's what I'm going to do. They haven't played a supporter, though, have they? Or was Iono this turn? I think maybe Iono was this turn. Yeah, Iono was this turn. Okay. Cramomatic. Hopefully they flip tails. That's good for us. Searching the deck for any one card is obviously tremendous. So you always want to root for your opponent to tail. So there we go. We got a nice win there. And they conceded a bit earlier, but we set up well. The fact that they didn't get another Mew V down on there to start the game put themselves in a tough spot. So the deck showed off there very well, set up nicely, and got going. All right, let's see what we can do this game. Hopefully we can show off the deck one more time. The last game was fairly short and quick, so, maybe get a second game in. It's still not my favorite deck. I got to say that, of the starter decks. All right, so I'm taking a mulligan. Always unfortunate you see a Battle VIP pass, but you don't get to use it because you need a basic. So it's 3 energies. So this is where you can see the energy count's a little high, but you're usually not going to draw into 3 energies, but it is what it is. Hopefully the randomness in the game is good. I don't know. I know there's some complaints about it, but randomness does mean you get some inconsistencies and some clumping of things at time too. So I don't know that it's really. I don't know how good it is or not. In any. Okay, combi. So what I want to do here, I could. All right, I think a Raikou. So they're going to item lock me, right? They're going to make my life difficult. That's what's going to happen here. So I think I want to keep only one VMAX in deck. Okay, so I think I want to. I'm trying to think what. So like a electric generator, I'm not going to use after this turn probably. Only have one, so I definitely want to. Well, I could put it on the V, right? I'm going to put it on the V because I have my attachment per turn. I have another energy in hand, so awkward. It is awkward, but we'll leave it at that. We will leave things at that. I'm not going to get item lock next turn, actually, right? So past the peak, they got Battle VIP Pass. That's obviously a super powerful card. I kind of don't like it just because it's super powerful when you get it, but then when you don't get it, it just makes things a little more high roll than I like. Okay. So this is good. What do I want to do here? Do I want to rope something up? I think I do, right? They're going to go, right? This is the Venom. He evolves into the item locking guy, right? I'm pretty certain. Oh, they're giving me him to knock out. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, well, I like that. So I'm going to keep that for sure. I will attach my item here, or my tool. Do I research? I'm going to research because if I get item locked, I don't think it'll be this turn though, right? All right, let's see what happens here. 2 energies. This is good. Getting all my guys set up is good if I get into a spot where they're kind of gusting and item locking me. Get pre-retreats, so that's good too. And I still take the 40 damage though, right? The damage reduction is during my opponent's next turn. So that's a downer. I take 40, but that's all right. I think I'm in a solid position. I think I just keep my board small, right? I think I just keep my board small. That's the approach here. Keep a small board. Okay, so they have like nothing this turn. Wow. Okay. I think they should have kept the Scovit, but all right. Well, this is good, right? I don't really want to attach anything either. So I just want to, boom, take a second prize. So this is, right now my opponent is doing nothing. I don't know how long they're going to play the game because they've got nothing happening. But, maybe they think they can make the comeback, which maybe they can. I'm not going to say they can't. So Nest Dash, and they can Nest Dash again, right? It's not limited to one per turn in total. So that gives them 3 cards, all right? They drew per turn, one from a Nest Dash, another from a Nest Dash. So wow, so they got really nothing. All right, they're still playing the game though. I mean, the thing is, after this, oh, my ability shut off. That's why I'm like, how come I'm not getting the 30 boost, but path to the peak there, right? And the deck doesn't play any stadiums, right? Which isn't good, I don't think. Def needs some stadiums. You want to be able to use the Regieleki VMAX's ability, and we're going to. All right, I don't have boss, so I'm going to take the 40 damage. But again, and if they attack, it doesn't matter. So they conceded. That was a game where my opponent never, ever, ever got going, right? So deck just showed itself off again. Though look, my opponent bricked. Okay, there's no two ways, no denying that. But the deck did show itself off. It set up very nicely and performed well. So good job by the deck. So just these games show that this Regieleki VMAX Starter deck can win even the way it's built, the way they give it to us. But we will look at upgrading it in a future video.